Alright, kind of a weird... Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, that's gotta be a bad one.
Resentment. The slowest and deadliest
Picking up Flick, we don't have a lot of space available on Sahar, so I'm not thrilled about that. Whatever skill she lost, we're gonna feel the pain on that one.
Only resignation.
All right, let's see what we lost that we had before. It took away Touche, which probably is what I would have dropped as well. All right. So let's see. So Hoarder versus Creature Den right off the bat. I think we go Creature Den. Then we can't do the Lair and the Resistance Encounter, so we're going to do, and the Hero Shrine, so we're going to do the Hero Shrine. Alright, this is going to be kind of a lame region, I think. But I think we need Mastery, so I'm going to do the Creature Den. I don't think Reverberating Redoubt would move the needle that much. Pairing Patriarch, maybe a little, but... Mr. Scrake as having their heal have negative effects isn't the end of the world. Because generally when you're healing, you're like... You're in need anyways. Put the Pouch Alive there. And I'm just grabbing like random-ish stuff that I think we might be able to burn in the den. Guess I should have pirouetted.
Hold fast, for who knows what lurks in the beyond.
So I think we meditate so that we're good on that front, and then we need to delete someone. So wait, didn't I give the Praying Patriarch to him? Probably should have.
Steady yourself.
Stun's a bummer there. This fight's going to be a little nasty for us, I think. I also didn't put on Ministrations like I said I was going to.
Early results are encouraging.
Yeah, all these, it's like our dodges versus their dodges. And they started with a lot more dodges than us. We're in offensive stance, so we just get riposte, which I don't want. So I'm gonna do that in hopes that we get a nice double kill off of the pirouette here. Battle of Ninjas. I can see why you would say that. 31 and 21 was not bad. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I'm not excited to see another round of Spoders. think we are a bit in the danger zone as a result of it. Okay, you're in offensive stance, so you would gain riposte. Would have been nice if we'd gotten that kill, but...
A trivial worriment.
Our dodges are at least occasionally firing. We got that going for us. Hey, Sir Windler. How's it going? Or Sir Swindler, excuse me. 34 to 44. Yeah, I mean, whenever we can remove someone from the equation, let's not be too picky about it. So right now we're in defensive, so we can get ourselves some dodge and some of that, which seems pretty good. We'll set up for the pirouette here. And then you remember that dodges just don't work. So it's a little known fact, but they just don't work. Oh, the kill there is delightful, though.
Variable can make all the difference.
Okay. I'm having a lot of fun with this team. This team is tickling my fancy. 2 mastery is great. I think I would have taken that over any trinket we could have potentially gotten from the Hoarder, if the 2 options were presented. Now, someone in our last run got Rummager, but I don't think... This is a weird mashup. I don't think I've seen this mash before. Not nice. Oh, that resist was absolutely outrageous. That sounds like you got a good setup, Sir Swindler. Sounds like you have a very good setup indeed. All right, let's get some divine comfort pumping us back up. Oh, you son of a gun. I don't want to take another volley. How am I going to stop myself from taking another volley? Good resist there, for sure. Alright, and then it's just going to take everything we got to get this guy dead so that he doesn't volley us in the face. Because that would really put a damper on the regen doing its job. It's really fun playing her as like a riposte tank. She's quite good at it, too. Oh, Sir Swindler, your dream is the full off the grid. I love that idea. I hate that. I hate getting rabies from that too. Excuse me, game. I don't think there's any way that we get a heal on our Vestal here. I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't think it's gonna happen. Well, I'm gonna try and make it happen. This is greed. And I don't know if we're even low enough to be able to get the heal. So I probably just took a bunch of damage for nothing.
Begins.
Yeah. Unfortunate. We'll go one more round here and see if I can take more bleed damage. Seems to be the only thing we're getting out of it. Yeah, alright. Commune, not to be confused with commuting cults.
Abandoned or forgotten. It is
That is
ours now.
a good clarification. A good clarification indeed. Alright. So we just did that fight. We'll probably take the Oasis. Rabies on Mr. Scrake isn't the end of the world. For water, sewer, and power, dreary winter days with no sun often means running the generator.
Easier than
Bring on the
knocking
wind
out
power.
against it.
Is that the is that your solution? Hypothetically, let's see. Wind is the most abundant resource for your purposes. Let's get some combat items. See if that changes any of our plans. All right. Well, I don't mind having a little more capacity to heal, just in case, you know, the heals don't land at the appropriate moment. And then we wanna stick to the right. Oh man. Okay, hold on. So actually, if we can go left to the resistance encounter and then go to the other resistance encounter and then go to the assistance. Otherwise we get locked into 2 assistances, which I kind of hate. I think I want more fights. And yeah, there's definitely a path there. And we will lose a wagon wheel or 2 in the process, but I think
Danger
that's
on this path.
better for us. But yeah, it does seem like, you know, most of the people I know who have solar as their primary source, it's one of those things where they're contributing to the grid for a lot of the year, but then they still occasionally fall back on it. Yeah, and I mean, and solar, right? You're just talking about like a leaching field and whatever else. Let's see, Moth and our cleric are doing pretty okay. I don't think this is going to be a great fight for us either. The Tangle is definitely our harder region. We cruised through the opening part. Let's see. So we'll do that. This guy is a high priority. We got to get him dead as soon as humanly possible. Kind of feel like the Pairing Patriarch would do more work on our Jester. Okay, so Slay the Wounded is a big bummer.
In
A
crisis,
big old
we
bummer.
can rely only upon each other.
Now, one thing I don't know. I'm gonna do this to protect us a little bit. My guess is that his attack is going to hit both front ranks, but I'll risk it a little bit here. We have good tokens. Oh, he was blinded. Oh, I don't think I knew that. Not that I couldn't have seen it if I had looked, but let's see. Ooh, I didn't mean to armor break him right there. That was a bit of a goof. Hopefully it targets our duelist. Kinda the worst thing he could possibly have done. I'm glad that that worked out that way. That vulnerable token, I really shouldn't have moved into that position for fear of bad things happening. Just past the 1 year mark. That's a long time. Let's see, 6 to 12. No, we do this. We utilize our dodge token, except apparently not. Oh, no worries. No worries, sir. No worries at all. It is clear that there's some excitement and some interest about the stuff that you're doing, so more power to you, I think. Admittedly, I might miss a detail here and there from it, but I think I got the gist. I see greenhouses in there. That's a fun project.
And blaze the trail to your redemption.
To apply to attacker when hit. So dodges aren't going to play well with that. So I don't think clenching claws work well. Okay, and then we're gonna go resistance encounter because we want to get over to this hero shrine. Our relationships are not great, and I'm starting to fear
Coach limping. Be prudent.
that melodophobic is not going anywhere because I don't see a hospital in our future. Yep, no hospital. So now, are we getting ambushed? Yeah, we are. We're gonna take an ambush too.
Your path lies through them, and so they must fall.
Yep. The ambush was a necessity. Alright, so kill order is simple. Get this guy first, this guy second. Yeah, Piercing Bolt has a little bit of danger to it. Oh, we love a nice big hit on him, especially one that dodges his guard. Okay, kill order has slightly changed. Not really. Well, wait, 4, 5. Without finale, no, we have Rose, so I guess we can pop you that way.
Early results are encouraging.
Now we can't move backwards. So I'll just meditate.
Well done.
Good work in there. For the amount of crits we're getting, I feel like we're a bit on the struggle bus in terms of stress, surprisingly. That's just a jerk move. Oh well, I guess spreading stress is better than the alternative. And we're in defensive stance, which means disengage has a heal associated with it. The Discord is an amazing place for that, Sir Swindler, if you're not already a member. I can't remember if you've joined or not yet, but that is a great place for brain picking. We could We could make a channel devoted to talking about farm life. Don't need the heal, and we're not getting the value. I think that is something easy to agree with in Lustrous. If you have a life that you find contenting, that is that's all one needs in the world. Let's see. Gain on miss. I don't think we're gonna make calibrating sensor work, but the reason I didn't upgrade. Let's see. We're gonna go hard right. Then we're gonna have ambush into Shrine of Reflection. Yeah, stress has been a little unmanaged. Now, does this change things? Got 11 damage right off the cuff here. I don't think it does. I think we're better off getting the crit.
Well done.
That was a freaking nice hit. Wow. All right, I'll take that. Icon of Light, as always, would be a beautiful pickup. We're gonna do. I think we have time that I can pepper in an inspiring tune here. We're definitely slow rolling things just a touch. Of course. Why would you ever hit the one with all the dodge tokens? Silly me.
Cooperation is the key.
So I'm kind of sitting here and I'm like, are we really going to go for a third run today and do another full-length run? It's an aggressive plan. Hey, Killy dude! Oh, amazing! The last spell is a truly awesome game. One of my all-time favorites. How's your progress going so far? Third run, let's go. All right, it could definitely happen. Maybe we'll have to bring out the Duelist and the Crusader. Try and find a shuffle comp with Holy Lance. It's ambitious, but it seems like it is a well-liked idea. So let's see. We would get more riposte from this meditate, which we don't really need. Let's just get a bit of healing now. Just cleared Lake for the first time on normal. Nervous about the next map. Glenwall is a challenging map, but I think you'll find it's pretty darn manageable. Especially if you had a pretty easy time with Lakeburg. But yeah, Glenwall, especially at the end, if no spoilers, but the Glenwall boss is a bit tricky. Definitely slightly different than Nessie. Let's see. Do we have... we're not generating any defense tokens here, right? Not except for the ones that come from other sources. I'm going to swap that for that, and I think maybe I'm going to have Moth here take something. I mean, we can put Stone Mount for the time being. I don't think it's going to do much good. Has no downside, though, right? Am I recalling that correctly? If first in turn order +1 stress, that's actually... that's enough that we probably can't do that. We'll never have low speed, so we can toss that there for now. No, Glenwall is 9 knights, I believe. Yes, confirmed by Illustrious. I think if we're both guessing that it's 9, then it's probably 9. A little bit of flame for a little bit of... oh, wait, we can take the wheel and then avoid the ambush. I think that's better than food. Saved.
The loathing whispers.
Yeah, it's a kind of short map. It feels a little hectic. You know, as a broad observation, it emphasizes mobility a little bit more, just because there's a lot of need to defend more sides in it, and that's pretty much the crux of it. I just threw away a bunch of relics. That was an error. I meant to throw away the candles, but oops. Misclicks. Those misclicks don't bode well for run number 3, but
Chapter 5. The Perfection.
here, let's listen to this and I'll give you some tips, Killy.
As she slid her blade free of her fallen lover, the purity of her pursuit shivered through her veins. Sport was an unacceptable abstraction. The true test of skill lay in contest to the death. She whispered tender thanks to him for this final posthumous lesson, then threw his cape over her shoulder. Hers would be a life steeped in violent hazard until she found an opponent worthy of spilling her blood.
Yikes. All right, bloody graduation is complete. We get coup de grace. Here, we'll look at them. We'll look at them in the place where we can see their upgrades as well. All right, so after we look at those, then I'll talk briefly about last spell build order. There's not an easy answer to that one. All right, so we got a 1 cooldown execution. Gain on killing blow, clear all skill cooldowns. Oh, okay. And then ruthless instructions. At stress +5, reduce stress by 2, go into defensive, +1 stress strength when in that. Whoa. Interesting. Okay, I don't think either of those get immediately used, but that's interesting. And then I think we go up the right side.
The sounds of soldiery carry upon
Uh-oh.
the wind.
All right, we're gonna have to do some of the Crusaders. Okay, so Glenwald, or generally build order, right? So I think that houses are always the cornerstone of economy. So a great place to start is always houses. Getting your houses up is never going to be bad for business. After that, I think you have choices, right? To no one's surprise. One good option is to go for like what I refer to as the corpse strat, which focuses heavily on corpses as the like engine of your economy. If you're going for something more traditional, building gold mines and getting them upgraded early is excellent. So, you know, I wouldn't turn my nose up at getting some gold mines going. I think gold is the resource that you use to recruit heroes from the inn. It's a resource that you use to buy gear. There's just a lot of reasons that it's a good resource to have in abundance. So I do think gold is very critical. I think we meditate to protect ourselves here. I wouldn't worry too much about building materials. I don't think any of the building materials are super... I always try to get the inn very fast. So yeah, so I think that's one thing that you kind of like... You learn as you go, to a certain extent, is when the inn... Hold on. This guy's being protected by that? That's weird. Anyways. When you get the inn is very important, right? Because getting the inn and rushing the inn is really good if you don't think you're going to survive in the absence of another hero. But the flip side of that argument is if you can afford to chill out and wait longer with the inn, your heroes will level up faster. And in leveling up faster, your heroes will... the heroes that you recruit from the inn will be higher level. So it's a tricky balance. But I would say, especially early on, getting an extra hero is a huge power increase. So it's a good decision to pick up another hero. But yeah, I think, and then I think that production buildings are. I've gotten some flack for calling them a trap. So I will not refer to them as a trap. They are instead something that if you invest too much in, you cannot get a lot of value back from them if you're not careful. Oh yeah, I'm gonna... I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm gonna call you maybe Namida, perhaps? I can see that. I think Glenwall is a big step up in power. And then there's another big step up in power when you get to Elderlicht. Sepsis plus Necrosis keeps keeping me going. And you got Missteps on the Flagellant too. It sounds like you're cruising. All right, are we gonna... We might be able to milk this one a little more to get a bit of healing on our duelist, but I think this is fine. All right, we're gonna have to let go of some stuff here. I think that can go. I think Tinderbox can go. I'm probably not gonna use those, but that's fine. 59 with 59 healing with sepsis. That's a number. That's some numbers that you are that you're cranking out. I need to get our Flagellant fully memoried up. They're slacking a little bit. Still can't believe I threw out a bunch of perfectly good relics. That was a silly thing to do. Touching dirges and my time in the desert will leave the rest. Because we're not going to any more regions. Let's see. Neutralizing powder can get iced. Alright, Sahara's almost back up to full health, so we don't have too much to worry about here. I wouldn't call this a very strong comp. It's been super fun to play, though. It's not enough to get the kill there. So let's avoid pushing our Vestal forward. I'll swap that way instead. Get that regen going. It's been a good carry for us. I think the game encourages you to build walls all around, but prioritizing ballistas is better. Yeah, so walls are one of those things where like the game essentially gives you like a free tip, right? They're like, hey, here we're gonna build partial walls and then we'll build some more walls. But yes, ballistas, killing things is better than stopping things from moving, as a general rule of thumb. So I would say that ballistas are the best material sink for you, especially in the early game. And one thing to think about is you can build your ballistas far outside of your base, or if your base is a little tighter, you can have your ballistas a little nearer the center of your base. And by doing that, you might be able to get more of them hitting the enemies that you're hitting. But that's a more advanced strategy. There's a handful of guides on my YouTube if you are interested. Actually, let me find the playlist for them. If you're looking for like strategy, and this would be spoilers, so you have to decide if you are into spoilers or not. But I've done a set of strategy guides for the last spell that are located somewhere. There we go. Guides to the last spell. Please pause. There we go. I guess I go back to the previous page. Oh, you've watched all my guides? All right, never mind. Go watch them again. No, just kidding. What I did was build wooden walls early, then reinforce them when I was swimming in materials. Yep, you absolutely can do that. They do generate panic when they get hit, though. So it's worth being cognizant of how good a job you're doing at stopping things at your walls versus if your walls are constantly dying, it's potentially an expensive thing where you're pouring a bunch of resources into creating them. All right, well, but yeah, so I mean, you know, like I think at the base level, houses are your best money maker, bar none. This speed and crit is only on her, so I think I prefer a daze on everyone. We'll do it this way. Okay, I think we get the riposte up. Good start. How much damage do we need to do here? 4? 4 is not out of the question. 5 is a number to beat. So workers primarily used for scavenging items, then gold. Well, yeah. So you always have options with workers, which I think is what's so nice about it, right? So early game, workers are great because you can pump them into, say, like corpse piles if you have them, but if you don't, you can tear down ruins inside your base. So they're always going to be generating resources. And then later on, if you say go for a production strategy, for instance, you can use your workers to amplify the gold that's being produced by gold mines or the work that's being done in production buildings if you decide to go that path. So they're a very flexible resource. Yeah, which is why I encourage people specifically to use work to get your houses up and running quickly. And the way that corpses work in the game makes workers extra flexible, because as long as you're killing some things inside or near your base, you're going to have places to spend your workers to get the resources that you want. Yes, Glenwall is probably the worst place to go for item production buildings. By the way, thank you for the follow, Killy. But yes, I would say if there was one map that was the least advantageous to use production buildings, that is the one. Let's see. So I guess do we want to do pirouette right now? Or do we just want to secure this kill or just do some damage here? We got decisions. I could also just... let's pirouette. Let's get some damage in on these guys. We have lots of dodge here, and this one's going to be okay. So Glenfine is weird because every night is like 2 nights in terms of the resources that you get. So I really think of Glenfine as more of a like 12 night rather than 6 night affair. And I know that's like a little counterintuitive, but the thought is basically that you're getting the resources and the experience of 2 nights rather than 1. Having a hard time keeping our duelist healthy right now. You get resources as night rewards, yes, but we're talking about the production buildings. I guess, I mean, that's true, but I guess just in terms of getting them up and running, it's very easy to get those production buildings up and running, like, immediately. I think it's pretty much a wash, but you're not going to get that much value out of them. I think that is definitely true. I guess we want to do it this way, because this secures the kill. Yeah. $11 to 15 doesn't feel great there. Just trying to whittle away a bit of stress here. Great target selection. But yeah, Illustrious, you know me. It's at the end of the day, I generally think that who's going next? You're not going next. All right. I generally think that production buildings are always a trap, but I'm trying to temper that because I know that there are a lot of members of the community who feel that that is doing a disservice to production strats, which are not. Production strats are a thing. You can make them work. So I don't want to be too negative on them. All right, good healing there.
One less obstacle in our path.
I mean, yes, especially multi-hit heroes. One momentum hero would struggle in some places, but the one multi-hit crit hero is definitely the path that I go when I'm doing my single hero challenges. Ooh, is this the Warlord? Nope. Not the Warlord. She can't use this on herself, which is super annoying.
Incremental, but deadly all the same.
It changes after you beat it though in Lustrous. So it starts out as an end of zone node, but then it becomes a wandering road node after that. I don't know if it looks different though. We're gonna find out once it happens. We have yet to run into one. Also, was disappointed that momentum has a cap. It didn't used to. Once upon a time, Killy, it did not, and it was a lot back then. Like it was quite strong. I think I am happy with the change that they made because they also at the same time refactored things like pistol, and the pistol is one of my favorite weapons now. I think they did a beautiful job with it. Let's see. I think we can put this here. Yeah, and 400% is still a lot. It's still big numbers for sure. Oh, getting the resist there was not my idea of a good time. Someday I'm going to get the ability to actually toss a heal. Ooh, what does Clamor do? That's interesting. I feel like it's noteworthy that To date on this run, I don't think I've used a single heal other than Divine Comfort. Also, can you explain mirror elites? They return a flat amount of damage, not doing a percentage of your damage. That's correct, yes. So mirror elites are most impactful against heroes that hit a lot. So like, for instance, if you have a hero using a hand crossbow and doing lots of relatively small damage to the enemy, they're going to return a lot of damage to you. Whereas if you have a momentum hero that's hitting really hard, it's going to be a very small amount of damage. That damage is mitigated by block, and it also goes into your armor first, and you can dodge the return attacks. So all of those things help you to mitigate. If you have a little bit of defensive stats, you've invested a bit in defensive stats, you're going to do okay against most mirrors. There are some larger mirrors in the game, but you're struggling with poison versus them. Like Bee's Staff poison or like Dagger multi-hit poison. I'm trying to decide if I should play conservatively here. We have a fair amount of damage. Let's try and do the thing.
Measured and steady.
Love that start. Oh, I meant I thought I had to use poison to avoid their mirror. Ah, I see. Yep. That makes sense. I could totally see how you can interpret that way. But yeah, it's just flat damage return. So it's not really that scary. Oh, getting blinded. Oh, resisted the blind, so that's nice. Execution. So what we need now is to be cautious. Because if we kill this guy, we're going to get a Zoic ended again. So if this guy gets into our riposte, we may not have a choice in the matter. All right. I'm going to pretend that was a genius play and did what I needed it to do. Yes, TLS streams are on Wednesdays. I'll be doing Glintfine starting, which is the final map. I'll be starting a Glintfine run on it's on my schedule. Hold on, let me check my schedule because it's a little different for the week of like between Christmas and New Year's. The next time I will be streaming it is Thursday, December 28th, and I will be starting a Glintfine run at 9 a.m.
An opportunity squandered.
What? This guy needs to stop stealthing. This is really frustrating. Does this get the kill? We can probably follow up and get the kill. If we don't just flat out get it. Alright. I just didn't want to sit here for another like 7 rounds or something like that.
The one pleasant in the extreme.
But yes, Killy, if you are looking for the exact schedule, I post it on my YouTube. I post it on my YouTube, but also it's always in my Discord, which I just linked. Also, can you explain why the blue Brazers are so scary? I saw one of your failed advanced runs. Yeah, so the blue Brazers, when they pop up, they take a bunch of energy to extinguish them, And when they are not extinguished, they create an invincible ghost that does a variety of things. And one of the ghosts, the worst of the ghosts, is a mage that increases the movement and damage of enemies nearby them. Which, if you have an invincible thing, generating a bunch of damage and movement on enemies, things can get pretty hectic pretty quickly. So I think that's what happened on that run. But Elderlicht in general just has a really difficult curve in terms of enemies. Okay, Sahar becomes sneaky. Mr. Scrake becomes our second blunderer. Another blunderer, eh? Let's see. Still melodophobic. We're going to need to find a way to get rid of that. Yeah, Elderlicht is something else, for sure. Well, I'm going to buy that. Please just get rid of melodic. Can you do it? Nope. All right, so we're going to have to decide if we're going to use the Songbook of Touching Dirges despite. And I think the answer is yes. I mean, we can't take them with us, right? What did you just pick up? Not sure. Let's see. Least HP. Second least HP. Third least HP. Dysentery has entered the chat. God, the game is... These heroes are going to come out of this in a bad way, I tell ya. The extra essence omens do not stack, no. So you just pick the best one that you have access to, and that's the best you can do. All right, I'm gonna grab those. Get Mr. Scrake sorted out, and you're the melodophobic one, so you have bad relationships. You and Mr. Scrake. We need to get you up to 9. We can't go any further than that, so what other breakpoints do we have? Moth and Scrake can take 2. And then I might as well pick up the Songbook of Amorous Ballads, even though we can't use it on Scrake. Who has a... Does anyone have a bad breakpoint? Yeah, Rose and Moth. No, Rose can't take it. All right, so best I can do is a... How about a Moth and a Scrake? Second melodophobic, amazing. Rose and Moth. Can take that one. All right, mastery-wise, Glint in the Dark seems like a nice pickup. Solo seems like a nice pickup. Fade to Black seems like a nice pickup. Consecration of Light, and we'll call it there.
Planning and mindfulness.
Were there any trinkets of interest? I would say the answer is an extreme no.
All roads lead to the mountain.
All right. Well, I think
But only one leads beyond it.
I'll buy a Pyrotechnic Dazzler. It has a really nice difficulty curve to it, for sure, Killy. That's certainly what drew me to it. I love the depth and the complexity. I think they did an amazing job with it. All right, let's go do the mountain.